So this is my 190e that has been sitting for around 10 years, and yeah, it kind of has started to grow a lot of different things on it. Like a little bit of moss and things like that, but that's completely normal. I mean, it has been sitting for 10 years, so I decided that I wanted to save this car because one, I want a track car, and yeah, this is kind of far from a track car right now, but I want the car to drive like, because you cannot drive on the roads like you would want to drive, or you can, but it's both dangerous and you can really like get into a lot of trouble. So yeah, I would not want to make it a track car just because that, and because the other reason is because the interior is kind of fucked when it has been sitting in having no windscreen because of some idiot smashed it a couple of years ago, or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. That idiot might have been me, and yeah, whatever. So that is kind of the reason I want to not keep it on the road, because of the interior kind of is fucked. So, and I think it's for the greater good, because I always want to drive these cars on the track. So for me, I always loved driving these 190Es because they are light and they are kind of fun to drive in a way, because they have like their own way of being driven. If you have ever driven one and you try to drive it fast, like on the road, and you know that you cannot just turn it into a corner. I don't know, maybe you cannot do that with any car, but these cars at least you cannot just turn it into the corner if it's like on the limit. You have to throw it into the like corner, so that you like kind of, I don't know, you know the feeling of when you throw it into a corner and it like forces itself through the like turn. Yeah, so that's why I really love them, because and also because they are like really nice winter cars. I've like driven more sideways with these than I've driven forward probably. But not with this one, because this one's differential did not want to cooperate, so it only spun on one wheel at the time, and you know that, like, yeah, you could force it into sliding, but it really had some issues, so yeah. The other ones that I've had, I have like welded, but this one I decided to not weld because I felt that, yeah, it won't pass the like yearly inspections when you want to have it road legal, so that's why I decided to not weld it. And the whole reason I'm cleaning this up is because I don't want decomposting leaves there, but it's a lot of glass also there, so that's the reason I'm cleaning it out, because I don't want glass in my fingers in the future when I'm doing something to this car. So I tried to get them away as much as possible and vacuum them away, and yeah, it will probably be a lot of glass underneath in hidden places anyway, but I did my best at this, and I'm not gonna be super serious with it, because as I said, it's going to be stripped apart, so yeah, I can vacuum more then. So yeah, now the more interesting part starts when I get to wash it, because that's the most satisfying part, at least for me, because I really love pressure washing like really dirty things. I could do that for work if it would not be to be wet all day. That's the sad part of it, but I mean, it's really nice. I truly love washing things that are dirty, as this car, because it's a lot of moss and a lot of green things, and I mean, it would be nice to have a closer view of it when I washed it, but it was so windy that day that it was kind of impossible, because the GoPro got water on it many times, even though it was far away, or not far away, it's kind of 1.5 meters from the car, but it looks far away. So yeah, but yeah, of course I have to give it some water into the gas tank. There was a cap on, so it was cool. But So the engine that I would want to have in this car is a 2.5 liter 16 valve like Cosworth engine that they had in the DTM cars, but I don't think that you find those that easily, so I think they're really fucking expensive if you find one, so I don't know. But a 4-cylinder I want because the 6-cylinder is too heavy in my opinion. So I guess that maybe I have to build some turbo engine, I don't know. I don't really like the idea. I would like this 350 horsepower 4-cylinder 2.5 liter engine. This would be really nice, but yeah. It is going to be a track car in as soon of a future as I possibly can make it into a track car, because yeah, I want a roll cage and I want 2 bucket seats. That's like the only things I want in this car. And then I want to make outside, I want to look like a Evo 2 or a DTM version of like these Evos. So I want it to look like a DTM car a little. I would want to drive it on gravel as well, because gravel is one of the nicest after snow to drive on, or it's almost nicer because you can drive faster on gravel and it's more predictable in a way, because ice is always ice, and there's not, well, if you drive winter rallies, but then it would be 4-wheel drive again, because yeah, it's fun. I love driving, especially when it's like on the edge. And these cars are perfect to drive on the edge because they are so, at least if you're drifting or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's drifting on the snow, but yeah, whatever. So they are really like predictable. According to me, I don't know. It might be just because I've driven them so fucking much that it's my 4th one of these, and this is the like 3rd one on the road. I had one for spare parts because yeah, you need spare parts to this. There's a lot of springs always breaking on these. I don't know why. The front springs, I don't know how many I've broken. It could be just because I don't care about like bumps and jumps or things like that. So yeah, potholes I hate, but all the other things I don't care. I mean, they are meant to be driven, these cars. They are not meant to be just a pussy driven car. These are like incredible what they can handle. So the first one of these 190Es Mercedes I had was a 2-liter injected with an 4-speed automatic gearbox, and it was not just able to be destroyed. I tried really hard. I mean, I did my best into like trying to kill it in a way, and it would not just die. So of course you can destroy the car, but I mean, the engine and the gearbox was the things that would not just give up. I have had a 2.3 liter of these with a 5-speed manual gearbox, and the gearbox in that one was the thing that gave up first, but that car was driven like 700,000 and it was a 2.3 liter benzene, so it was kind of just driven a lot, so it's kind of understandable. But the automatic 2 liter, it would not just fucking die. Whatever I did do to it, it was just running. Really nice. So as you can see, it's really like nice. It's not that much rust and some dents here and there, but it's in general it's really good, and whatever. It's a track car, it will get more dents, and it's not supposed to be like driven like a pussy car or something. It's supposed to be driven to its maximum, and then things can happen, and yeah, small imperfections and things like that, but that does really not matter because it's gonna get a body kit of some DTM or Evolution 2 style, so yeah, it will be repainted and remodeled a lot, so it's really no difference. And yeah, that's the intention of this car.